Yeah, so right now it's just having those conversations with the brokers, building that new funnel that we were talking about
Yeah.
on the broker side, meeting other operators in the area. And right now I'm in that capital raising process. So that's a new experience for me because I've never had to raise capital before
Yeah.
because I always did my own deals. So it's going really well, having some really interesting conversations with people. And the one thing I found is that the people who I approach, they've never even considered multifamily real estate as an investment.
Right.
It blows my
Right.
mind.
I mean, just take a little bit of your portfolio and put it into this hard asset, and not the whole thing. Just diversify, but diversify into multifamily. It's great stuff. Let me give you a tip.
Yeah.
Is whenever you go out there to you're doing the sales job, you're out there pitching yourself. Get those people on your mailing list and let them know about every offer you make. Even if, just, hey, we made an offer on this property, and then you let them know what happened in the offer process. Like, oh, that deal never went through. They didn't accept our offer. It lets them know. It makes them part of the team. And so when it comes time for them to write the check, they know everything about you. They know what you've been doing for the last, 6 months or so, and they're ready to write that check. That really helped us in our deals.
Yeah, no, that's a really good tip. Thanks for sharing that.
Sure. All right. Hey, tell me about purchasetoprofits.com.
Yeah, so Purchase to Profits is my way of connecting with other real estate experts in the field, and for changing my brand from that residential single family to that multi-investor expert.
So, all right. So SethFerguson.org. Unless you're looking for Jesus, then it's .com.
That's
and
right.
Then, and then Purchase to Profits. Now, tell me, let's talk about your process. What type of deals do you look for? I mean, because I know we were talking about the value add.
Yeah.
And so tell us what you're looking for.
Yeah, so right now I'm looking for those C plus or those B minuses properties in that B plus neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right now, those are really tough to find, and that's one thing I'm finding just where we're at in terms of the market cycle right now. So I firmly believe that deal flow is going to come from the relationships I build.
Yeah.
You're not going to find those good deals on LoopNet. You're not going to find it on another website. It's going to come from a person-to-person interaction.
All right, let me just tell you something. My last podcast was with Larry Goins, who's a great educator in the real estate space, and he said something that just resonated with me, and it's going to hit with you. He said, "Fortune is in the follow-up." In other words, this is a relationship business. You gotta build the relationships. That's how you're gonna find these deals. It's all about relationships. So
100%. And actually going back to that money, the capital raising, if I'm approaching somebody and I'm opening their eyes to that multifamily space, they might not invest with me on the first deal, but it's the follow-up. I'll get them on the third or fourth or fifth deal at some point down the road. So it's all about being consistent and keeping in touch.
Not only that, I got one of my students that he's up to over 4,000 units now, and he doesn't go looking for money anymore. It just comes to him because he's built those relationships. That's the kind of business you want to have. That's how you want to build this business.
Oh, for sure. And I know some of the guests I interview on my show, they'll raise, $40 million in a weekend.
Yeah,
so
I know. So, all right. Now, let me ask you this. Are you involved in a team of people looking? Are you doing it yourself? Do you have partners? What's your situation?
Yeah, so right now I'm on my own, though I recognize the power of teamwork and partnerships. And that's why, besides talking with brokers, I'm also talking to other syndicators, operators out there, capital raisers, because whenever I do find that one deal, I'm not going to do it on my own. It's going to be a team that's going to take down that deal. So I'm laying that foundation now. I'm letting people know what I'm looking for, why I'm choosing these submarkets, all that, my business plan, all that kind of stuff, and building those relationships so I can take advantage of those later on when I pull the trigger. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I tell you, it's you got to be careful because I've done most of my deals with partners. And, partners in some cases have been my downfall. So, I mean, it's, when you say you're doing it by yourself, stay focused on that. And then when it comes time, make sure you have a clear plan of what your partner's going to do for you. Do you know what the easiest role is, and you're going to think this is crazy. You know what the easiest role is for a partner in a partnership? What out of all the hats that we multifamily investors have to wear to put together a syndicated deal, what role do you think is actually the easiest role out of all of those hats? He's thinking.
That's a really good question.
Oh! I'm gonna.
Can I say the money raising is actually easier?
Let's see if it's up here on the board. Money raise, exactly.
Oh, perfect.
You got it. You nailed it. You're absolutely right. It's the money raise, and people don't understand that, and they have to. And here's why: they bring in a partner who tells them, "Hey, I'm going to be able to raise all this money for you. I'll be able to do all these great things." Blah blah blah. That person's role is 60 days long. And when that 60 days is up, they're gone. They get their little piece of the equity like you promised them. And for the next 5 to 7 to 10 years, they don't do a thing, and they get the same amount of equity as you do. Mm-hmm. And that, I tell you, that when I hear people talk about that, or they talk about, oh, this guy's going to do all these great things, I'm like, yeah, I've heard this before. I've lived this before. So yeah, that is definitely, and it's so good. I got to give you kudos here because you're really building your business the right way. You know, you got to find the deals and you got to find the money, and you always have to be doing that. It's not one, oh, I found the deal. You know, because a lot of these gurus are out there telling you, hey, if you get a great deal, the money will follow. Just stay in my program and we'll take care of you. You know, you're building a business. You're like we said, you're brokering a business. You're broking these people with these people. If you don't have one, you can't do the other.